The B9 countries, Bulgaria, the Czech Republic, Estonia, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Romania and Slovakia, all joined the Western military alliance after being dominated by Russia during the Cold War, and most are now among the strongest supporters of military aid to Ukraine. While Biden was in Kiev on Monday, the United States State Department announced more support for Ukraine comprising $450 million worth of artillery ammunition, anti-armor systems and air defense radars, and $10 million for energy infrastructure. Speaking at the B9 summit, United States President Joe Biden reaffirmed that NATO's eastern flank is the front line of the alliance's collective defense, and the United States is committed to the alliance's Article 5, which stipulates collective defense for any NATO member under attack.
Years ago, when we were expanding NATO, I was the one in the United States Senate was pushing the hardest to expand NATO for membership, and many of you sitting around this table. And the irony is that one of the last conversations I had with our friend in Russia was, I said, you keep asking for the Finlandization of NATO. You're going to get the NATOization of Finland. Well, it happened. As NATO's eastern flank, you're in the front lines of our collective defense, and you know better than anyone what's at stake in this conflict, not just for Ukraine, but for the freedom of democracies throughout Europe and around the world. You know, that's what President Zelensky and I spoke about when I was in Kyiv 2 days ago. And the leaders around this table have repeatedly stepped up to reaffirm our shared commitment to all these values. The commitment of the United States to NATO, and I've said it to you many times, I'll say it again, is absolutely clear. Article 5 is a sacred commitment the United States has made. We will defend literally every inch of NATO, every inch of NATO. And this is an important moment. I look forward to the discussion and the next steps we can take together and to keep our alliance strong and to further deter aggression. Because what literally is at stake is not just Ukraine, it's freedom. The idea that over 100,000 forces would invade another country since World War II, nothing like that has happened. Things have changed radically. We have to make sure we change them back. So thank you all very much for allowing me to be with you, and I look forward to our private discussions.
Biden met NATO's eastern flank leaders to show support for their security a day after Moscow suspended a landmark nuclear arms control treaty over strong Western support for Ukraine. Biden arrived in the Polish capital late on Monday after a surprise visit to Kyiv. Amid the highest tension between Russia and the West since the Cold War over 3 decades ago, Biden addressed thousands in central Warsaw on Tuesday and said autocrats like Russian President Vladimir Putin must be opposed.